This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Madhuri.
Yeah, yesterday you came to class.
No, Madhuri. I have some other works. Yesterday we are having
Yes.
deployment, so busy on that.
Okay. Shiva is different, right?
Yeah, yes, Madhuri.
One moment. My screen is visible.
No.
Yes.
My voice is audible.
Your voice is audible, but we cannot see your screen, Madhuri.
Audible my voice?
Like that, okay?
Yes.
Alexa, please stop.
So we discussed in the last session what is shell, what is kernel. We discussed in the last session, right? So what is shell means? Shell is an interface between hardware and user. Shell is an interface. So when something data we are executing, shell converts into zeros and ones and it transfers to hardware environment. Whatever data we are sending, shell is responsible to convert the data into zeros and ones, user understanding language, right? So when user is giving something command, shell receives the command and it converts into zeros and ones. If it is Windows PC means it transfers the data to hardware environment. If it is Linux means kernel receives the data. What is kernel? Kernel is an interface between shell and hardware. Kernel is an interface between shell and hardware. I'm repeating. Shell, the function of shell is an interface between user and hardware. So whenever the data is received by user, shell converts into zeros and ones and it transfers to hardware environment because computer can understand only binary language. So coming to Linux here, kernel is a software which is inbuilt in our operating system. In Linux operating system, kernel is a software, a small software which is inbuilt. Okay, so what is the use of this kernel means? Kernel is an interface between shell and hardware. Kernel is an interface between shell and hardware. So whenever shell transfers the data zeros and ones to kernel, first kernel checks whether the data is supported by hardware environment or not. For that particular user who executed that commands, for that user permission is there or not. It will check everything. Okay, data is supported by hardware environment or not, authentication is there or not, everything it will check. If it is supported, then it transfers the data to hardware environment. If it is not supported, it resets back to shell, right? So that is shell and kernel. This is important for freshers, like what is shell, what is kernel. These questions only for freshers, they will get the question. If you are fresher, that is important for you. So, and also we discussed about types of shells. We discussed types of shells. We have different types of shells. Okay, like shell scripting. We have different types. Like one moment. What is kernel? What is shell? That I told. Now types of shell I'm telling. I just gave yesterday types of shells. What are the types we have in shell? Like bash shell, she shell, KSH, and TC shell. We discussed about. I just gave the list of the shells. Okay, so the same thing I'm discussing now. First one is SH. It is also called burn shell. SH is also called burn shell. And this is the first shell is SH only, which is developed by Unix operating system in 1973. So this is the first shell, and this shell is available in every Unix and Linux operating system. With every Linux and Unix distributors, SH will work. SH works with every Unix and Linux operating system, and every uh, distributors, all the distributors who will give Linux and Unix, every distributor support sh. In all the versions of Linux and Unix, sh will work. All distributors of Linux and Unix supports. The next one is KSH, which we call kernel shell. It is developed by IBM. It works with AIX server. Say IBM internal server is AIX. AIX server source code is Unix only. So in AIX server, kernel shell they use. They use kernel shell in AIX server. It is developed by IBM. And it is using in AIX server. AIX is a server operating system which is used in IBM. Many vendors released their own operating systems using Unix source code. Okay, so IBM is one of in that list. So IBM is using their own operating system, that is AIX server. So in AIX server, for writing the script we use KSH, means kernel shell we use. And one more thing, if you want to use this kernel shell in our operating system, it may be Unix or Linux. If you want to use in our operating system, also we can use, but we need to configure it separately. It is not default. If you configure it, if you install that kernel shell in our operating system, we can use, but it is not required because we have bash shell, I mean sh is there. And next we have C shell, and this is developed by HP. And it supports Unix. So it is available in HP Unix operating system. And the next one is bash shell. This is updated version of burn shell. Starting we have sh, right? This is the updated version for burn shell. So that is why it is called born again shell. It works in all the operating system, Unix operating system and Linux operating system. Starting they released sh, and after that they did some modifications and they released bash shell. This is the updated version of burn shell. That is why it is also called burn again shell. Okay, so what is that means? Bash. So it is called as born again shell. This is also works in all Unix and Linux flavors, and it works with all the distributions. If you want to check which shell is using in your operating system, you have an operating system, it may be Unix or Linux, you want to check which type of shell you are using. So we have different methods to check. Say for example, PS. When you run this command, it is showing. At present, what we are using, that is bash shell, and it also support sh. Bash and sh it supports. We can run this command to check, or using echo. Using echo command. Basically, the echo command is used to print the input string, but it is also used to print the name of the shell which we are using with the help of the command. So, say for example, echo, if I give hi, it will show hi. Echo command basically used to print the input string. Something if I give echo hello, it will show that it prints whatever we are typing, it prints that. Okay, and it is also used to check which shell we are using. About echo, we have many things to discuss. Okay, So using echo command, we can print the strings, but it is also used to check which type of shell we are using in our computer. It is also used to check that. So I'll show the command. Say for example, echo double quote my shell name is shift colon space dollar shell double quote. Now if you see, my shell name is, which shell you are using, it is showing that information. We are using /bin/bash shell. By default, our system is supporting /bin/bash shell. To check, how to check, echo space double quote my shell name is. Whether it is small letter or capital letter, no problem. Now here, shift colon space dollar shell double quote. So it will show which type of shell we are using. uh, Control L to clear the screen. Now echo $0. By using this command also you can check which type of shell we are using in our computer. We have different commands. And one more thing, in some version few commands will not work. So I'm giving all the commands. Here it is, all the commands are working. Third method to check. Echo $0. This is not O0. So by using this command also you can check which type of shell we are using presently. I mean our computer is supporting. First of all, I'll save this so that I can send to you. And one more command. So in Linux, all the users information is stored in /etc/password, right? See for example, tail space /etc/password. Now here if you see, it is giving all the users information. Tom, Jack, Jerry, they are my users. And what is the default scripting it is using? That information here also it will show. So /etc/password file also give the information which type of shell we are using. We can check here also. So this is also one method to check. Example /etc/password. There also you can check. So which shell we are using? Bash shell we are using right now. I'll type sh. Now if you run the command echo $0. Which shell we are using? sh. If you want to change, the shell scripting, you can change simply like this. You want to change into KSH, if you just enter KSH, it will it will change into KSH scripting. If you if you give C shell, it converts the scripting into C shell. What we mentioned here, it will convert into that. Again, I want to change it into bash. How to change? Just giving by bash. Now if you want to check again, echo $0. Now we are in bash. So like this we can change the scripting also. Whatever scripting you want to use in your computer, you can use the script just by giving the script name. Okay, so again I'm showing sh. Now you are in, now you are using sh scripting. If you want to check, we can check. Again you want to come back to bash, just give bash. Now how to check? Echo $0. That's it. To change shell, sh. To verify. How to verify? Echo space $0. To change it back to bash shell, what to do? It will show when you convert into, where is this? Where is this? Where is this? Yeah. sh-4.1. It is showing like this, no? Here if you give bash. Now echo $0. It will show bash. So like this, you can check shell. I mean, which type of shell we are using, we can check, and we can change the shell also. Which type of shell you want to use in your computer, you can write the shell also. And if you want to use shell scripting in your computer, no need to execute anything, like no need to pre-request configurations are not there. No need to install any softwares. Directly you can write shell scripting. We don't require special configuration separately. Sometimes if you want to install any servers, if you want to work with any servers, first of all we'll configure them. But shell is not like that. So to use shell, we can execute directly. How to use shell? It may be Unix shell or Linux shell. First we discussed about types of shell, then which type of shell we are using in our computer, how to check, that we discussed, then how to change the shell. Now how to use shell. Before writing scripting, from next session onwards we are going to see the scripting, how to write the script, where we write the script, this all. But before that, this are the basic information. To use shell, as soon as we log in into our computer, we can access shell. No need to do any special configuration for that. So we have to simply type commands. No need to do any special configuration. So what is shell and uses of shell? This points I already gave in last session. And how to create shell script means, to create shell scripting, we need any one moment. See, when you want to execute some group of commands at a time, instead of executing one by one the commands, we write the script. One script will write means we combine all the commands as one script and we'll just run that script. So all the commands works at a time. Instead of running 10 commands, I want to execute at a time, maybe repeatedly 10 commands I want to execute. So instead of executing one by one, 10 commands, what we do is we open a file. It may be text file, your normal text file, or if you are using any GUI method, you can go with gedit or nano, different methods. So when you open a file, what we do, there we'll write the commands, 10 commands together we'll write. Okay, and we'll save the file as .sh. When we execute that file, this 10 commands works at a time. So whenever you want to run these 10 commands at a time, we'll just run that file name. So it will execute all the commands at a time. That I will show you practically. Okay, so and these points are there in last session I gave. So we can create a shell scripting by using the basic editor like VI or VIM. You know VI and VIM, right? And also we have Nano. The note is after creating a script file, you must check the file permissions because there is no execute permission means we cannot run that particular file. Execute permission should be there. Then only we can run that particular file as a script file. So up to here, what I explained is clear, right? Now we are going to discuss about variables. Now we are going to discuss about variables. Variables means shell environment variables. So what is variable means? Whatever we want to use particular value repeatedly, number of times, instead of using the value every time. So we define with these variables. So whenever we want to execute same value repeatedly, instead of giving the value number, we'll just define a define a value with variables. So how we do that means, that also I'll show practically. There are three types of variables. In variable there are three types and they are predefined by there are three types. First, what are they? I will tell. Sorry, two types. There are two types. We can say system variable, user variable, system variable. First is system variable. First of all, what is variable? I will write here. Otherwise, you'll get confusion. So there are two types of variables. First is system variable. System variables are predefined by operating system. Whenever system starts, these variables automatically starts working. They are called system variable. I'm repeating, system variables, they are predefined by operating system. So once you start the system, this variables automatically starts. Predefined by operating system. Whenever system starts, this variables automatically starts. Say for example like this, echo dollar 0. These are system variables. Echo dollar shell. If there is any shell scripting, it will show that. Echo dollar user. If normal user is logged in, it will show that user information. These are predefined variables. It means if you run this command, this output you will get. If you run echo shell, okay, so it will show the scripting of that. Whatever the scripting you have written, that scripting it will show. If you give the command echo dollar user, If you log in as a normal user, what is that user? That information it will show. Echo dollar home. If normal user is logged in, the home directory it will show. These are predefined. If you run this command, what output you will get? Okay, that is fixed. We don't generate anything here. If you want to check which type of shell you are using, we run echo $sh, right, or ps command. So these are predefined commands. If you run this command, exactly that output only you will get. We are not creating anything. That type of commands are called system variables. The commands which are predefined by operating system. So that type of commands are called system variables. And second one is user variables. And these are created and defined by users. So for example, where is this? If I say A equal to 10, B equal to 20, I set like this. Okay. Echo dollar $A. It is showing 10. Echo dollar $B. It is showing 20 because I created. I told means I told what A means 20. B equal A equal to 10. B equal to 20. So when I'm checking the output with echo command, it is showing A echo dollar $A means 10. The value is 10. Echo dollar $B. B value is 20. It is showing like because I created that. I defined it. What we executed, that only it will show this. That is called user variables. User variables are created and defined by users. System variables means they are default. If you give the command echo $0, it will show which type of which type of shell is using. Like that, they are predefined commands. That type of commands are called system commands. The commands which are created by user. Here I give A equal to 10. My A value is 10. My B value is 20. I gave that. So when I'm checking echo $A means what? 10. B means 20. It is showing that. So this is called user variables. So even everywhere, wherever you want, you can set values as per our requirement. We can set the values. So that type of values are called user variables. Whenever you want, we can set the values. Next time, if you want to give A equal to 50, I can set like that. That is my requirement. As per our requirement, we can set the values as per requirement. So that type of values are called user variables. Okay. Say for example, so if you give A equal to 10, B equal to 20. Hash means we are executing this. That's why I'm giving hash mark. Okay. So now you want to check this. If you give the command echo $A, it will show 10. If you echo $B. It will show 20 because we executed like that. env is the command to give the information about all system variables and user variables. To check, we use the command env. Is this clear up to now what we discussed?
Yeah, clear, Madhuri.
Not executed any shell commands. Before executing the shell commands, I'm just giving a basic information I'm giving. That's it. So we'll continue the session. This is for today's session. In the next session, I will show how to write the scripts also. I'll start from the basic scripts. Scripting is easy and it's will enjoy that. Okay. So this is for today's session. Thank you for the session.
Thank you.
Okay.